it seems to me that the data is overwhelmingly the data is overwhelmingly clear that customer success is a key metric. Like I say, in terms of winning and retaining business, how does that tally with the conversations you have with customers, prospective customers? I know you've got a very in-depth knowledge of the industry and a lot of important customer touch points, a lot of long-standing relationships as well. So I'd be interested to see your anecdotal evidence against the qualitative data of the study and see if they correlate. Danny, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, Kris. Well, it very much resonates actually with what I see out there and what I perceive the situation, because when you think about it, CSAT is really an indicator for quality, right? And service, a lot of it is intangible. Some of it is tangible and we can measure it. So response times or first time fix we can measure. But a lot of intangibles there that are an aspect of quality. How the engineer behaves, the attitude, the dress, the intangible parts of the service, and CSAT measures those and provides an indicator, really for two reasons. One, I think, is reputational, the way you say, and reputation is really important because a lot of companies actually work as subcontractors for other companies. For instance, the typical example would be central heating contractors that work a lot with working for housing associations or landlords or whatever. So they use CSATs to demonstrate that they do a quality job, that they run a quality operation. And the other aspect is very much to find areas where perhaps you can improve, to pinpoint areas where things aren't so great. And there again, CSAT gives you or can give you an indicator. And this is very, very much what I see in the field. So I'm not at all surprised by the results that came out. They resonate a lot.
Mm. Yeah. Dan, I'd like to get your thoughts. But I suppose one thing I'd like to put to you is when companies are coming to HSO, when you're having contact, very similar question as well. Are you finding that the conversations that they're bringing to you now are more geared around that CSAT, that driving customer satisfaction? Is that become higher on the list of this is what we need from these are the challenges, this is the one we want solved? How high has that come now? Just put that to you, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely, Kris. So, historically, it was always that the CSAT would only really be a consideration at the end of the process, once the work has been completed and once you want to find out exactly how you performed against the customer's expectations. But increasingly so with conversations that we have with clients and potential customers now, the need to find out that customer's temperature with regards to your service offerings, product offerings, and potential way in which you can help them is actually coming into the process earlier on and throughout the end-to-end story as well. So it's not just about finding out how we performed anymore. It's about finding out what the customer feels about the way that they're being worked with throughout the process.
Yeah. It's interesting because Kevin, going back to what we were saying at the beginning, it's this journey, isn't it? And it seems like we're at the next iteration of the conversation. Do you think that, to a degree, this is just a result of the fact that the operational challenges might have been solved? We've been talking about, how long have we all been talking about, get the right engineer to the right place at the right time to drive that first time fix? To a degree, I almost look at it and think, well, the scheduling, the workforce management, they've become so prevalent that those operational efficiencies, that low-hanging fruit, essentially, that was there for so many service organisations to pull cost out, that's been resolved. And so the next focus is, right, we've got the foundation, we've got the baseline. We'll see that a little bit later in the data. We've got the baseline. Now, how do we really drive excellence? I may be adding 1 and 1 and getting 3 there, though. So I'd like to get you.
Absolutely, Kris. Absolutely. I think what I like to add is a term, the age of the customer. I think that's really where we are. The likes of Amazon and various other organisations of that ilk, which gives the customer a fantastic service that they keep repeatedly coming back for products and services. That is starting to shape now where a lot of organisations are going. Okay, when you look at when you look at, I guess, previously, as you said, from a cost center standpoint, it's can I deliver it? Can I deliver the service at a low cost because I'm on a borrowed time? Can I fix it quick? Can I simply move on to the next job? We certainly have moved away from that now, because I think what's happening is a lot of organizations, and you talk about a journey, they're moving to a model that says, I would like to own this customer. I'd like to monetize this customer's relationship. I would like to understand not just providing a core service to this customer, whatever that service may be, but what other fringe or affiliated services can I provide, therefore growing my overall revenue against that particular customer, because the relationship I hold with them is very, very strong. Therefore, it gives me the opportunity to grow maybe non-core solution sets, etc. And it really comes in from a field service or any type of engagement from a customer service standpoint. You have to ensure, as Danny said, that the temperature of the customer is really important, to measure that temperature as you go through that engagement from the very point of either booking a job through actually delivering that service, and then the end point of how did we do, where could we do better, would you recommend our service, would you buy any additional services from us as an organization. So I think CSAT is definitely becoming a good metric of an organization to measure, to understand their ability to grow their revenue consistently, because they have an understanding of their customer base.
If I can just add to that as well, Kris, just on top of what we're talking about, we very rarely have a conversation with a customer who has solved all of their operational challenges. It is still important to remember that operational challenges still form a core part of what it is that we engage with them about. But more and more so, those operational challenges all relate back to customer satisfaction, because of what Kevin's just mentioned about the customer being key now, because of the likes of Amazon and Uber and other companies out there who provide that level of service.